is Lynn with Real and Raw, and the other person over there.
Yeah, I'm Brian, back for another episode. Wow,
How are you, buddy?
I'm falling apart today.
It's okay. I'm over at my daughter's. I decided to get in a different area in her dining room. I look like I know what I'm going to look like in another 20 years.
Oh, Jesus.
The lighting is not the nicest to me. I'm like, and I said to my daughter the other day, I said, could you look in here? Do I really look like that?
Yeah, I look back at days of college and I'm surprised. Number one, I'm alive. Number two, that people actually talked to me back then. Seriously. Yeah, I look like Billy Idol back in the day, if you can believe that.
Oh, that wasn't too bad. I just try to picture that right now.
Well, when you like some things like you just have to witness in life, and then you never do it again. Well, cheap hair gel, when they say mega hold and it's like purple or whatever, but then it leaves fiberglass particles on your pillowcase. Yeah, and when somebody said at a comedy show once, a word to the wise: if you ever go to a comedy club and you have some wild shirt on, or if you have hair up to the moon, and you could like go through a wind tunnel like 3 times and it wouldn't move, probably not the best experience for a comedian. Like they feed off of that stuff. So I'm just saying I can share that from experience because that happened to me.
Live and learn, right?
Absolutely. But welcome to all of our loyal listeners and followers and viewers and anybody catching the replay. We're happy you're with Lynn and I today. So the reason why I have a sweater on and whatnot is I thought that we were done with winter and we're on spring, and it's the first day of Major League Baseball season. But unfortunately, Wisconsin weather is between 20 and 30 degrees outside. So, and I feel it's within me to go to a wedding customer's funeral today.
Aww.
So it's a shock to everybody. I maintain, as much as I can. I mean, I create really deep relationships with my customers and get to know them and their lives very well. And hopefully they're not watching this, but I feel that there's a need for me to go. And I did 2 weddings in a family, one for the daughter and then one for the son. Most recent one was 2017, and then another one in 2006. And unexpectedly, their mother passed away. So
I'm sorry. Thoughts be with them.
And so there's just a tug at my heartstrings to be like, okay, I'm going to go and go towards visitation and just offer some support and comfort and love for them. So.
Well, my heart's with them too. So
yeah, they're wonderful people, and I'll find out more information. But what they posted online is that it was a shock to everybody that it happened unexpectedly in her home or in their home. So the least I could do to show my support and love for them. So
absolutely.
Yeah.
So anyhow, today is our 4th day of the blank canvas.
Yep.
Do it your own reasons and fulfillment.
Yep.
And so what were you thinking when we got this right here?
I think it's been culminating all week is that you drift away from anybody giving you anything, any outside opinion of any kind, right? I think that the previous 3 shows leading us up to today is exactly how life shows up, right? Mm-hmm. Is that if you're going to do something that is going to be sustainable and turn into a discipline and then a habit, it happens through the course of time. It doesn't happen all at once. So just like this is that everything leading up from Monday to Tuesday to Wednesday into today is that what you remove from the outside world and the external world is things that you give to yourself: time, reflection, silence, serenity, all of that. And then today is that you've really become in touch with yourself and then the fulfillment part. I mean, fulfillment is going to be subjective for everybody.
Right.
But whenever you identify what that is, it's impossible to, in my opinion, be fully fulfilled if you're not in touch with your heart, your mind, and just everything about you.
Right.
It's impossible, in my opinion, if you care about what others think. You know, you have to drift away from all that, and it doesn't mean that there's anybody wrong, and you don't want those people in your life. But for where you want to go, some of those people need to be removed from that.
Yeah.
You know, or those circumstances or situations or, you know, whatever doesn't move you forward needs to be removed. And I don't think that it happens overnight. And it's a process. So this would be another level to the piece of that leads us to today. So that was my thought behind it, at least, you know.
And I like that because, you know, yesterday I kind of mentioned it. Today it's just like it's more concrete that, you know, when I said I'm got to get that planning state, so I don't give people the, you know, anticipation of when I'm going to be there and things like that. And like I already believe I'm going to be at a certain place by a certain date. And one of them is going to be Kansas City area to see Tammy Storm.
That's cool.
I'm super excited. And the way it'll land, I think I'll get to spend like 2 days with her because I don't want to travel on Fridays and Saturdays. So I'm going to spend like Friday and Saturday and then Sunday leave, you know, so I can do the Sunday through Thursday travel. And so I'm probably spend the weekend with her, you know, those couple days. And I might even make it Thursday and be in class at Ken's class at the same time. I mean, so who knows? That might be fun. That might happen that way. Yeah, it might happen that I'm just getting into town when class starts. So
that's cool.
Yeah, so that's kind of the anticipation there. But, you know, I'm slowly cutting it out and giving myself, and I know I'll probably be way early from every other time because it's so innately in me. But I'm going to say, no, Lynn, take your camera. I've got a really nice, expensive Canon camera. Like, no, get your ass out and take some pictures, you know, and stuff like that. Like, I might even look into different areas, you know, what their monuments are, their downtown or whatever, and park for a second and take a picture. You know, like I'm going to stop and do that stuff because I don't really know when I'm going to feel like driving from Montana to Florida and then to New York.
Yeah, just gonna go for a drive across the country with no intention.
Yes.
No, do people do that? Sure, people just get up and you know they might have a rough idea when they need to get back and if they got to go back to work. But I mean, whatever they see from the moment they leave to the moment they come back is entirely open.
Well, and my daughters and I one year said they were little. And we're like, we're gonna take our time to go to New York. But I'll tell you what, after the second day of us taking our time, the girls are like, Mom, no more stop. Let's just get there. So I hope I don't have that feeling again of we were like, we're going to take our time. We went shopping that one time. We went and had dinner. We just played at the water fountain. Like we did all these different things. And we're like, we're a bit on the road 3 days, girls. What do you think? Let's go, Mom. I'm like, yeah, that's what I thought. So I don't know how quick I'll get bored with it. I really don't.
Well, here's the thing is that don't think about it.
No, I'm not going to. That's what I said. I'm taking the small jobs.
And one of the things I want to point out about this, because I just thought of it, is that do it for your own reasons.
Yeah.
None of this is speaking to being selfish in a bad way.
No.
This is being selfish in a good way.
Hi, Dr.
Go ahead.
I want to say hi to Dr. Zakia. Hi, Dr. Zakia.
Thank you for being here.
Thanks for being here. Go ahead.
Is that when you know, because I could see easily if somebody were to look at this from a context of like, do it for your own reasons. Well, your own, right? Yeah. And these are milestones in your life. These are things that are important to you.
Yeah.
And so your fulfillment in a relationship, in the work you're doing, in live streaming, whatever it is that is of interest to you and you're going to put some effort into, you got to do it for your reasons.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, what's the point? What's the reason to log on? And if you're writing a book like I am, what's the point of doing it if the outcome or the fulfillment isn't greater than yourself?
Yeah, I might even have to write a book about my little journey there and back.
Maybe.
and put some interesting stories in there. What can I say?
Because here's the thing is that you give me somebody that's up to big things and really wants to make a difference in the world, and I guarantee you it's not about themselves.
Yeah.
It might be their idea and their thought about how they want to put that, how they want to put that out in the world, but it involves everybody else to make that happen.
Yeah.
It's impossible to make a difference in the world without other people involved, right?
Yeah.
Like,
I want to even
go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I mean, if you want to, I don't know, if you want to enhance your community, if you want to, like for me, I want to enhance the thought process and point of view of couples and anybody related to a wedding or corporate event, right? That there's a new point of view. There's a different understanding of what can be, right? Well, that's above and beyond myself. Nothing we're ever up to stops with us. It can't, because it won't go anywhere.
Yeah.
What were you going to say, Lynn?
No, just a couple things, like just stopping at different stores in different towns, and I just want to put $1 or $2 singles, like in the formulas and in the diaper bags and things like that. Yep. I want to just do that like all over the place. I'm excited to do that.
Well, even like buy a local coffee.
Yeah.
Or get in or stop at like something that's like a milestone or a monument, like where there's a big, like, I don't know, Longhorn statue.
Yeah.
Well, and you get a picture in front of it.
Yeah. No, I there's just so many different fun things to do, and I'm going to push the limit and do the goofiest things, Good. So yeah, I'm excited about it. Get out of the comfort zone and just do it. So it'll be super fun. So yesterday I had my first paying coaching customer, because I've been helping her and her husband for a while. I've got two friends, two different couples that I've been helping for a while. And so I was just like, I'm in the driver's seat now. Hold on. So Dr. Zakia has a question.
Yeah, question. While interviewing individuals, would you call someone out for telling a story that has some questionable points, as it didn't seem to false based off of facts? I don't know the context. Lynn, do you know?
Well, that's a good question. If you're going to interview somebody, you might want to do some, Googling. You might want to, I've made the mistake of not Googling people before I interviewed them. I've learned since then. So I would say Google them. I would say check out their Facebook, their Instagram, all these different things, see their consistency. See if you have mutual friends, and see if you, the mutual friends, what their interpretation, or would they vouch for them, or would they send a little clip, or would they endorse them? I'll be honest, I've interviewed a couple people where I asked some of the mutual friends, hey, do you want to do a video, see what they think about them? Believe it or not, wow. I got some people, I'm serious, and I've learned and I've learned that some people said, Lynn, I don't believe in their integrity. And I'm like, wow. And that has allowed me to actually look back. And so some of my interviews, I could tell you that I didn't really know these people. Mm-hmm. And people have perceptions of people. So I'm not one to judge like that. Judge not, ye not be judged. However, if it doesn't resonate with you, or the integrity is something that your gut's telling you not to do it, like they say, when in doubt, don't. Yeah. And so if they want to tell that story, remember this: if you're interviewing them and it's wrong, but it's them telling the story, remember, that's not a reflection of you. That's a reflection that's going to stay on them. Right. So don't feel like you need to encompass your integrity on someone you're interviewing, because that's not, that does not relate to you. If you've seen something good in somebody, focus. I've been in many of these situations, so I can honestly say that I say to myself is I focus on what I believe in a person, the good that I see. If there's something else other than that, that has nothing to do. I will still love everybody, because that's what I'm supposed to do. I'm supposed to love everybody, respect everybody. But if they want to sit there and bald-faced lie in front of the camera, they're showing the world who they are, and it has nothing to do with me.
Yeah,
I hope it helps you, Dr. Shakia.
Yeah, Dr. Shakia, I got a couple of things I want to run by you, and I'd break it up into two different. Exactly. Google is how I know they lied. It was a person in CH on stage today, but great point. Or Clubhouse, to research them before. I think for whatever it's worth, here's two other things to consider. Number one is that do you even want to have them on the show, right? That has to be your decision, right? Now, whatever you do or don't do on the research side before you reach out to them or send them requests or however you do that, is that should lead to if they're on your show or not. So it's like a filtering process, if you will, right? Number two is that it's their story. It's their story. You can't control what somebody's going to say, otherwise it's not an interview, right? Like, but what their tendencies are, if they've done other interviews, well, that's how they're likely going to show up in another interview, right? Now, can you, depending on the questions you ask, steer the conversation or whatever, but it is impossible to go back on somebody if they say something that you may not like or might not be factual when it's what they share, right? I mean, if they're not living through an authentic and integrity-based life, that's on them. But I think it all goes back to, though, if it becomes a bad reflection on you, or if you feel that way, that might be a question if I even want to have this person on my show.
Well,
right?
I will say, raw and real, because that's what Lynn and that's what we are here. I have interviewed a few people that I realized they're not who I thought they were. Yep. I booked them. I still did it. I focus on the good, and I focus only on the good because I look at it this way. It's not my place to bring them down. Right. Let them be their own demise.
Right.
If you can still do an interview that's good for whatever good value, because everyone has value, whether it's good or bad, they have value. And so I've not been doing my live, love, laugh because I'm at a level of I want higher quality people.
Right.
And the screening process, people haven't been passing my process.
Wow.
And yet I'm not going to do a show just to do a show.
Right.
Because I'm at that level now. However, I want to find real and raw people that I can authentically, we're all valuable. We all can F up. Okay. Yeah, right. So let's just remember that no one's on a pedestal here. But the thing is that when something doesn't smell or isn't right to you, and you're like, I don't know if I could do this, when you know, but remember, if you don't know, but if you do know there's a lie, let it go. Let it go. It's not your place. But I will say that from now on, I do Google. I do try to do a little bit more. And so my shows take more time to do because I'm trying to figure out what and now I use my intuition a lot. And I'm like, if I feel dark places or this or that, I'm not doing it no more.
Right.
Because one, I don't get paid to do it. Yep. But two, I'm taking my show to a level of trying to honor the good people now. That I'm not going to kiss ass because they've got a reputation of being a millionaire or this or that. I'm not doing that no more. It's the essence of who you are and what you bring to the table in a great light that I want to do those quality interviews.
There's 2 points of view that I want to share, and then we could probably move on.
Yep.
Is number one is that suspending judgment, right? And consider making suspending judgment a part of your process in the research phase, right? Is that you suspend that judgment of like, okay, this person checks out and I really think I could harmonize with this person in a conversation for, an hour or whatever your time frame is. Number two is that like when, when a business talks about any business where they need happy people, right? They would prefer to have happy people over people that are, some show up in a bad mood or whatever. It's like, well, you can train for happy people. Why not just have happy people a part of the business, right?
This is my old boyfriend, Scott. We're going to do a podcast.
So Scott says, as an interviewer, the audience will follow your lead to move past things and move on in the conversation, calling people over. Yeah, absolutely. 100%, Scott. The minute that Dr. Zakia?
Yeah, Zakia, okay.
Yeah. When I need to say that a few times. When if she were in that moment to call that person out for facts,
Yeah.
that would
Well,
be a very
and
awkward interview.
yeah, and you don't want to look like the vindictive person.
No.
For you don't want that on you, because everything you do reflects back to you. So just leaving that, and just be like, it's just like when your little kid has got cookies on his face and you're like, did you have a cookie? No, I didn't have a cookie. And you're like, so you're in the interview, you're like, yeah, no cookie. What do you think about that? That is fantastic. That's fantastic. Rewind that shit later.
Yeah,
Show
Scott,
that kid
great,
when he's 5 years old, you know?
great input there, Scott. Great
Thank you.
input. Yeah,
Yes. And
great
I
input.
totally agree. So it's not our place to feel like we as an interviewer need to feel ownership to this person. All we're
Right.
doing is interviewing them.
Yep.
But I'm just saying, if you don't resonate with them, or you don't find something kind out of them, if I
Right.
don't feel like there's something of value to share with people of their success or their story or something, if you can't find something of value for your audience, reconsider doing that interview.
Yeah.
But if not, if you have to do the interview, still find the good and let the rest fall.
It's just like trying to align yourself with somebody where they have a few good things, but they're not so good things. I don't want to be a part of that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's like, well, even if it's a little, it's still a part of it. So,
Yeah.
do you even want to be a part of that?
Well,
So,
phase yourself out, and and call it good. But thank you, Dr. Zakia, for bringing
yeah,
that up. And
absolutely. Great
you know,
question. And
do it for your own reasons of fulfillment. It works into what we're talking about. Interviewing, do it for your own reasons of fulfillment. What's your
oh,
purpose? What's your purpose of bringing that person to your audience? And what's the purpose? What's the purpose of showing somebody that's wrong, when that later you may regret for doing that? Would you like
right.
somebody to do that to you? I mean, there's just like a lot of different things to look at that, but just remember, karma's a bitch, and you don't want any of that.
Well, and plus, like given this situation, Dr. Zakia, however you feel about it, is
Yeah.
that, is there lessons there that you can take on and infuse into the future process, before you do your show? Yes. Is it also an opportunity to be like, I'm going to just hone this a little bit more, on the front end before I bring somebody in to talk with them on my show? So,
Yeah. So I'm glad Scott's here. That's cool. He made my day.
Scott sounds like a cool guy. He's an
Oh my
interviewer, so
gosh.
that's cool.
He is super cool. He is super cool. I cannot wait to see him in Florida. I can't wait.
Oh yeah, go to
Yeah.
Florida. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, though, he's like 3 hours and 45 minutes from my dad's house. The
Oh
thing is,
wow.
I have to get over being at my dad's that far before I'm like, shit, another 4 hour drive.
Yeah.
But I'm looking forward to it.
After you're done talking to your dad, then you think of Scott, and then after that, you think of Jerry and Cheryl.
I know. I'm really excited.
So I'm gonna flip the script and ask you this question, because I
Yeah.
came up with this idea today, or for this series, and then you said, hey, that's a great idea.
Yeah.
Is when those words, just those words that says,
Oh,
do it for your own reasons and fulfillment. What of that speaks to you? Like what
okay.
shows up in visual pictures?
Let's
Oh, here we go. Scott says an interview is looking for their point of view, not yours. Some people are in a place where untruth is authentic to them. Great conversations, guys. Wow. Yeah. Thank you, Scott.
Thank you, Scott.
Thank you, Scott. Thanks for being here.
Yes. Do it for your own reasons. That matter of fact, when I saw that today, because I hadn't looked at it since we posted it, and
Everybody, we're prepared.
Post it and forget it. It's
Right.
kind of how it's been. But it just solidified the fact that my own reasons of fulfillment, as far as great point, Scott, from Dr. Zakia. My own reasons of fulfillment this time is usually because, like, when I go to New York, it was to see my parents, or having my kids and making sure my kids were happy, or this or that. I've always had reasons, and this and that, putting people before myself and things like that. And it's like, this time I'm just going to be selfish, and I'm going to take my time. I'm going to fulfilled. I'm not going to go this time with regrets.
Good
I'm
for
not
you.
gonna
Woo!
I'm not going to do anything but say, you know what? I mean, I'm literally going to listen to my intuition. Do I want to stop right now and see what this town has, even drive through it so I could say I've been there? I mean, I'm really going to, and I want to vlog it. I got to tell you about that app later. I don't remember
Oh
it
yeah,
offhand,
please
but
do. Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
We can't
but
forget that.
no, and I'll share it with the audience too when I remember. Actually, let me look real quick and tell you the app. Ken shared this with us. It's this.
Okay.
It's a bullseye app. Okay, it's let's see, what is it called here? Let's see if this shows me. I don't even remember what I don't know. It's a bullseye app. I'm gonna have to look at whatever it is. But the point
Is
is
there an
like,
affiliate link?
no, there isn't. but
Can I get a promo code?
it's this bullseye app right here, you guys. This right here. So it's so the point of this app is really cool. Is you can record whatever you want. It stops it, and then you can record whatever else you want and stops it. And what's real cool is when you're done, it's almost like if you would have edited it all together.
That's
Anyways,
cool. Instead
it's
of cut it
no,
or whatever, it just does it.
yes,
Yeah, that's
it's
cool.
just set and go. And so I'm excited to just
But then
cheat.
but organically it pieces it together without having to go through the production of that.
Exactly.
That's cool. That's really
Yeah, so I'm really super excited to use that because I will use that every day and I'll post that every night and don't have to do nothing except upload it. Like, how freaking cool will that be?
Well, and in the way that we consume content these days, it's like you could look at a video on YouTube and you can just look for the cuts. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, like they're done with one thought, like one 20-second bit or whatever it is, and then they cut.
Yeah.
And they go, or they change the position, or maybe they had to sneeze, or maybe they had to go to the bathroom, or
right. Yeah. So again, the fulfillment this time is like actually vlog my trip. As
That's
boring or whatever. I mean, like, just say, oh, I need footage. I need to go find a tree to hug, and I might even find people, except I got a $1,400 phone, but I don't know how many people I say, could you take my phone, take my picture? I mean, I'm not sure I really want to do that.
That might work in Kansas or something, but maybe not in Long Island.
Yeah. Well, I'm not going to Long Island this time. I'm going to go to New York, upstate New York. But anyways, but yeah, it's one of those things as far as, I am finding my own reasons to have a good time and get out of my comfort zone. And
how does that make you feel? How does that make you feel?
It's exciting because okay, so like I have this thing when I see people are not happy or they're sad, I'll do anything to be like making them smile or whatever, right? So like I'll be going places and I'll probably be, I mean, we've got masks on and whatnot, but I'll be like, hey, how you doing? And I mean, like, I want to throw a couple dollars in people's car and make them think, where did $2 come from? I want to just like, I love doing different spontaneous things to, when I see kids going to an ice cream store or something and they're not buying something for themselves that's a treat. I like to buy them a treat, or I just love to do just spontaneous things. And so I'm excited. And there's other things I like to do, but I don't know if my friends are watching. So some of my friends know I'm sneaky that way.
No,
But
they'll forget by June. It's okay.
yeah.
You got
No,
time
so
for them to forget.
there's just fun things I like to do that I like to listen to people's conversations, and then I like to get them, surprise them with something they've said. So yeah, I love doing stuff like that. So yeah, so I'm just excited for I mean, I've told people what months I'm coming, but I'm also been one known to be like, I'll just show up and stand there and they're like my friend Liz. I did that to her. She was literally washing the pool with the hose, right? And I stood there and I'm like, hi. She's like, hi. She's like, and this was through a pandemic last year. She's like, oh my God.
The best responses.
Yeah, they couldn't believe it. So it is a lot of fun doing.
It's like a delayed reaction. You're counting off in your head: 10, 9, 8, 7. And then all of a sudden the reality kicks in.
Yeah. But my brothers used to do that when they go out, from the service and they'd come back, and that always stayed with me. And oh my gosh, I cry every time I see a video when a family member comes home and surprises people. Like that gets me all the time. So I love doing stuff like that. Oh, and then I have my stepmom who I've gone to visit, and we always surprise her when I come to time my videotape. And I mean, I love her, God bless her, but here it is, 10 o'clock in the morning, she's having a beer, okay?
Wow.
I walk in the door and she's like, who's there? What are you doing? I mean, so I have people that help me do surprises of, catch people when they don't expect me. So I
Yeah.
love doing that too.
Well, and that's also something to look forward to, knowing that, it's like if you're, there's different mindsets out there where it's like, hell yeah or hell no. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or heck yes or heck no. Like anything that you're up to in life, it's either something that, you respond with, heck yeah, I'm all over this, or no way. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There is no middle. Like like,
Yeah.
heck, maybe. No,
Yeah.
it's either you will or you won't.
You
And
know,
so what's coming into mind is that when you go to these places, is that, there might be a potential of like enhancing or personalizing those moments. Like, who am I going to see today? And what do I know about them where I can maybe bring lunch from their favorite place,
yeah.
or,
Yep.
whatever it might be.
Yeah. And so it's excited because I mean, exciting because yeah. Well, no, it's exciting because I have friends that, it doesn't matter how much time passes, we sit down and we pick up like, nobody's business.
Yep.
And I'm blessed with many of those relationships. Not too many people can say that,
No,
and
not this day and age.
I can truly say these friends know me, and then I have all those other people that love me to, love to try to ruin my relationships, but they can't because people truly know who I am. So I'm honored to have those haters too. What would life be without haters, right?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. Well, I think that the more in touch you get with yourself, the less you care about having them or
Oh,
being aware of them.
exactly. But that's what
Yeah.
I mean. I love the fact that some people look and go, how are those people friends? Because I don't boast about my friendships with people. I
Mm-hmm.
have those solid relationships that don't need outside validation.
Mm-hmm.
And so I really, really love when people go, because I do have a persona that's different than what other people see in the sense that I am raw and real, but I have my quiet times. I have my times when I'm with my friends that we just telepathically talk and just have peace and quiet. It's
Mm-hmm.
just an enjoyment of just being in the moment.
Right.
And we don't have enough of that in life, is just being in the moment.
Well,
you know
not only in the moment, but it's one thing to be in the moment. It's another thing to have that little device known as your phone next to you, or feeling like you have to do something or whatever, versus like putting it away. Right?
Mhm.
Like you drove all the way across the country to be with these people, and you're doing what you can do in your backyard or in your kitchen. Right?
Right.
Like,
Right. Yeah, exactly. So no, I mean, and I put myself on a diet and stuff, but when I go to New York, rice and chicken, man, and stuff, I'm waiting for that. That shit's going down. I
that
can't
shit is
wait.
going down.
Love real raw. And hey, you and I are probably going to go get some custard because I love custard in Wisconsin, man. I love turtles.
Custard. Oh,
I love
turtle
turtles.
Sunday, turtle Sundays.
Oh, yes. Yes.
Wow.
I
Okay.
will be saving room for that. I'll probably go through a sugar comatose because I haven't had sugar.
Well, I know it might. How long has it been since you've been in Wisconsin or been here?
I haven't been there in, I think, almost 3 years now.
Okay, but do you
Two and a half
recall
years.
the Culver's franchise? The
Yes.
Culver's. Okay.
Do they still have it?
Yeah, yeah. I
Yeah.
saw this thing today. I don't know if it's a spook, but it looks pretty authentic. Is that they got a curd burger?
What's that? The cheese curds?
The whole no. It's a one large cheese curd in between two pieces. Obviously the bun.
No. No, thank you. Oh, that just nah. That's
It was just top of mind. I'm like, is this for real? Like, I know
oh
that
my
I
gosh.
know that Wisconsin loves their cheese and whatnot, but I could go for some curds every now and again, but not
As a
all the
burger.
time. But
Yeah,
that
no.
takes it to a whole nother level, like an extreme where it looks like a piece of fish, or like where meat would be in a burger, right? But it's a cheese curd the size of the
It's a
bun.
it's a cheese curd wish sandwich. You remember when they used to talk about you want a wish sandwich? Uh,
No.
Two pieces of bread and you wish you had some meat.
Oh. Oh.
Yeah, cheese curd wish.
It's kind of that reminds me of when my uncles would be like, Brian, you got something on your shirt. You got something on your shirt. And I
I
look
think
down and they're boop, you know.
yeah. I think Darren meant to say nasty. Yeah, there we go.
Nasty. There it is. Yeah. Yeah. I don't get me wrong. You know, some deep fried cheese curds are good, but that's a little too much at once, right?
Oh my gosh.
Anyhow,
So, but
not to
no,
silence the audience.
yeah. To finish what you were saying though is the fulfillment of doing things your way for once and just to have fun and I just living in Montana, being away from all my friends back east and stuff, it's just it gets more somber every time one of your classmates pass away or somebody
Mm-hmm.
it's just all the distant memory, not the last real time you had with them. And I'm being realistic as far as my time schedules might not allow certain people to get together or whatever, and I'll do my best on that part. But it's quality, not quantity either, because if they don't mind, me having some flexibility, that's fine. If it doesn't fit in their schedule, I'm cool with that too. But I am gonna really say, nope, that's cool. We just, and it is summertime, people will be on vacation and stuff too. So I mean, it's just I can say this now, but last summer I did drive from Montana all the way to New York in a pandemic and I survived.
Yeah.
So I plan to take the necessary precautions and and stuff. But my daughter goes, "Great, you're going to New York, you're gonna die." Well, God gave me a year more, so
Wow.
so it's just fulfilling whatever. I mean, it is.
Just that context is just, I don't know where to begin. What your daughter said to you, I just don't.
Yeah,
I don't understand. Like, but I get it. It's a reality for some people,
yeah,
whatever they believe or whatever, and that's entirely
yeah,
their thing.
yeah.
This is not a political show at all.
No, no.
But it just blows my doors off when people say that to, like,
Yeah.
And not from a place of argument, or
No,
an argument, but
no.
a place of, like, really
But
connect me to why you say that.
yeah, well, no, she does worry because I've been on the heart unit a couple times because of my breathing. I mean, I
Okay.
I do leave. Technically, I have reasons to be concerned,
Okay.
but I've been there many times before. I mean, like I'm
Okay. Well,
not,
that,
So
see,
she was a little nervous.
and
She
see,
was.
that's the
She
difference.
is.
It's like,
Yeah.
okay, you're in a metro. Hey, Ray, is
Hi,
that
Ray.
you're in a metropolitan area with population density like
Yeah.
crazy? You have a health condition, that kind of thing. Okay,
Yeah.
that makes perfect sense.
Yeah. No, there is a legitimate concern. I ain't gonna lie. I downplay it a lot because I don't live in that scarcity mind.
Mhm.
I think I've been in enough near-death experiences where I've actually mentally willed myself to get through it.
Yeah.
And I truly believe that if I got in that situation again, if I still want to be around, because I really feel that when you're at that point, I've been in a situation where I've had that talk. Are you going to give up? Are you going to fight and focus on what I want to fight for? Which actually today, no joke, 25 years ago, I truly almost died. And that's after a botched surgery the day before. A total
Mhm.
hysterectomy, I hemorrhaged for 41 hours. Matter of fact, I'm going to ask for my medical records because it was just it was a horrific thing.
Wow.
And, the doctors and nurses were crying, looking at me scared because they felt they couldn't do anything. And my doctor held my hand crying and I'm sorry. And he's like, I think I know where it is. And they couldn't give me nothing for pain because I was going under. The ORs were overbooked and they couldn't get me in there. And my mother-in-law, I told her to find my husband at the time. I said, pray like you never prayed before and find him because I got to tell him who to call and all that for my family back east. And she called the nurses station to really say, is she really hemorrhaging? Is she really whatever? They're like, yeah. So she found my husband and made sure he came there. But everybody that was there told him, we don't think she's going to make it. So yeah, I was pretty much, it was a unreal thing that, my kids were very, very little and I'm just grateful to be here. And that's truly no joke.
Right.
And, it's one of those things where, ended in the heart unit. almost on a ventilator twice after that. And I truly just, I had to go within and say, look, will myself. I had a bachelorette party to do, and I'm calling the girl. I'm like, look, I'm sorry, this is no excuse. She's like, Lynn, it's okay, get better. And I mean, like, I was like fading fast, and I'm like, oh, that was the first time I couldn't keep my word to a bride. And she's like, Lynn, it's okay, we want you okay. But it was like, it wasn't even an excuse for me. Oh, Ray, thank you so much. But I say
Yes.
all this
Yes,
to
Ray.
say this is that, you know, I never thought I'd see grandkids, and I've seen my grandkids. I've never realized I could live this long. And so, you know, I just realized it's when your time is when your time. And I've have many, many regrets in my life. But as long as I can consciously now not have regrets, oh, I'm going to have not regrets. And like I said, I do these shows and these videos and things like that so that my kids will have a healing, that they can see the words of wisdom that I've always given them their life, the stories that I've told them, this and that. Jules does videos all the time that come up in her timeline from my brother, who in May will be 4 years ago. He passed away. And it's so nice to see videos of him. It comforts my soul. It soothes my soul about not missing him, and I think most people, and I say this all the time, but I think it's worth saying, you really, what if you can ever do videos, to leave those videos behind for people, as well as pictures, just leaving memories really help other people deal with the inevitable.
Yeah.
So it really is the best gift you can give anybody is leaving videos.
It's dealing with mortality and whatnot. There's, I know that some people, they don't want to talk about it and whatnot, but I think that, I don't want to speak for you, but number one, it's inevitable. Number two is that when you can face that and look that, witness it, and just come to terms with what that is, that conversation and mindset doesn't stop you anymore.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of pieces to that depending on somebody's trauma or what they went through. But I think when when you, and this is not a comparison of anybody that's never had anything traumatic or nearly took their life, right? But it's just an understanding and a different viewpoint about life and what we deem as a crappy day versus what a really crappy day is.
Yeah.
Right. Like when you're looking at death in the face,
Yeah.
you're at a place of 100% vulnerability, and whatever happens is going to happen. Right.
Yeah. Well,
but then when you look at somebody that perhaps has never witnessed that, and again, it's not a comparison.
no.
It's just an understanding and more of a point of view that if somebody gets caught in traffic, they lose a business deal, whatever it might be, that's petty.
Yeah. Well,
and I don't care what the business deal is, that's petty.
Yeah.
Compared to,
well, let me tell you, the torture of feeling the blood spooshing out of my stomach and the curling pain that I was in, and they couldn't do nothing for me. And the pain, I mean, I swear, if it would had to been another 5 minutes I had to wait from them taking me to operating room, it was, I mean, I'll give birth as much as I want compared to that pain that was just, I mean, they couldn't do nothing. And then the bolus, that blood going cold into my veins. And I mean, it was just like, can you just stop already? It was just, it was excruciating. And they can't give you nothing because you're going to go under the knife. So they had to just sit there and let you scream and be miserable.
Well, Lynn, all I got to say is thank you for reinforcing why, number one, I never went into medical. Number two, I don't like horror movies. So
yeah. Well,
I'm not trying to
shed
any humor to it. But.
No, but I was younger and we lived in Long Island, and they had given me penicillin and I had a reaction. And that's a time that I don't remember exactly what happened, except that my parents pulled to the emergency room and 2 doctors came and pulled me out of the back seat. And I remember me sitting up for a second and passing out as they came. And I remember being drugged out of the station wagon.
Wow.
And I didn't know 4 days of my life. you know? So, I mean, like, I've just been blessed. I mean, I don't know. I might be a cat in human life that has so many lives, but you're going to run out eventually, you know, you really are.
Right.
And, you know, so when you realize that every other little thing in life just doesn't matter, like there's so misinterpretations or people taking things the wrong way or saying this and the rumors and all this. I don't deal with rumors no more. I don't deal with whatever anybody
No.
says. It's so petty. After what I've seen and been through, I'm like, shit, I wish that was the only problem I ever had.
No
You
kidding.
know?
No
I
kidding.
mean, like, I was
Yeah.
drunk behind a freaking vehicle because I was trying to save my daughter from my ex-husband taking her. I was trying to unzip a freaking back of a little Suzuki Sidekick. My rings got stuck in the well, and I'm dragging. I'm like, well, Lynn, you better let go sometime. I mean, like, that's the shit that matters.
And
You know?
here somebody didn't get a new iPhone and they're upset, and that's the hardest
Yeah,
problem that they've ever dealt with.
yeah, you
Like,
know.
are you kidding me? Are you kidding
So,
me?
so I'm just saying,
No,
after you've been
no,
through that shit, I don't give a shit
Now
about what
I
anybody
get
says.
that generations, and what they're trained and learned, and then I think it's every year. Like, you could go to a search engine and find out, like, if you were born on this day or this year, things you're not aware of,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Like a rotary dial phone and Yahoo and
yeah,
whatever else, right?
yeah,
And it's only going to get that. It's only going to get like that
yeah.
moving forward.
As a matter of fact, I think when I do write my one book, I actually had finally, I think like a year ago, I looked at my divorce papers and it was Cruel and Humane in New York. And I actually went to the page where they talked about my head being bashed on a sewer pipe and then drugged behind a vehicle. And I'm like, just look at that. But I think I'm going to take a picture of that and it's going to be in my book. I'm like, here, you read this, you know? Yeah, you know? It's like, that's why I want my medical records. I want them to just say exactly what happened to me and be like, here you go, read it, you know? Because, you know, I, I've, I love when doctors have said to me, you're not going to make it. Even with this gastroparesis, I was supposed to have a feeding tube by now and a GI pack thing because of blockages and stuff. And I've lived with this now for, how old are you, Lisa? I've lived with this for 30 years. And I'm like, no, I just deal with the situation as it comes. I'm like, I, if you allow any symptoms or anything you're told that is a condition and you allow that to eat up and consume you,
Yeah.
you're fucked. I'm sorry,
Well,
but I had to say
that's
it.
on you.
You,
Yeah.
you, let me tell you, I was proud. This last job I had at the hotel for 9 years, never called in sick. They seen me have some really hard times, but I stuck it out. But I also can tell you this, I wasn't afraid to show my medical records because you see my medical records, I shouldn't be able to do shit.
Right.
And I'm like, yeah, well, some days I get mentally tired. I ain't gonna lie.
Oh, yeah.
But the point is I want to fulfill things. My girls, I was supposed to be bedridden with all three of them, and because of hemorrhaging and all this stuff. But let me tell you, I didn't give a shit. I took the laundry. I sat on my ass. I mean, like, I was supposed to be bedridden or do this. I had to feed myself and Lisa the one time. I used to call the Chinese place, get in my car. It was a stick shift, wasn't supposed to drive it, but they'd bring the food out to me. I'd go home, take my time walking. But shit, you do what you gotta do. Oh, Sharon. Hi, Sharon. As a matter of fact, Sharon was in the house.
Hi, Sharon.
Was it 25 years ago you had your surgery too? I think this year's 25 years. She'll let me know here in a minute. But ironically, Sharon was fighting for her life. We were in the hospital at the same time. She was in the room next door to me.
Oh my gosh.
So yeah, and
What
she's from a church. She's from a church where 450 people stopped talking to me, and she stayed one of my friends. And that's all I can't write this shit up.
What a
Can't
small
write
world.
this shit up, man.
That's crazy.
And so it goes to show you, I don't give a shit. It's quality, not quantity.
Right.
It truly is. So yeah, I hope I think this is 25 years ago that happened. The years all just mesh in, but she went through surgery around the same time I did. So Yes, she said, yep, 25 years ago we went through that.
Wow.
Yeah. So, yeah. So I was so happy. Okay. After I survived that and I actually got to walk and I saw she was next door, I went to go see her. They thought I was nuts because I was so happy to see her. I'm like, I just about died, people. I can't see my friends. We made it through. Fuck you guys.
That's awesome.
It was. It was like, you think I'm fucking nuts because I'm happy that I get another chance to see? Oh, look, Sharon, I love you too. I can't even write this shit up, man. It's just totally true. So a doctor told my mom she would be dead in 2 months. She went to 14 years and it was cancer. Yep. Idiot. Yeah, like I said, I mean, it's one of those things where if you can choose to be doomed by your prescription, or you can be doomed to say, I'm going to do the best I can and not allow that to get in, not to creep in. Yeah. And, and it gives you reasons for fulfillment because you realize that your mind is an amazing tool. Your mind will help you as long as you help yourself, and just knowing that you have some control in that is just an amazing thing. I mean, if you're going to give in, I mean, everybody can't tell me one day you're like, I'm going to skip school. I feel sick. Wait, I really feel sick. Oh shit, I really feel sick. Oh, I got the sniffles. Oh shit.
The sniffles.
Or you can get sniffles.
The sniffles. Is that a sister or brother, young brother of Sniffles?
I don't know, but all I gotta say is think about it. You either gonna say, "Oh, I called in sick," but shit, this is as happy sick as I get, and be happy. I mean, like, it's whatever you interpret things to be, and I can't tell you how grateful it is to know that and I say this not looking to get COVID or nothing like that, but I'll tell you what, if I go because of COVID, it got the best of me, so be it, whatever. Mm-hmm. But I'll tell you what, I will give the best fight I can as long as I can, because I've done it many other times.
Well, and obviously medical might be a little different maybe, but it's not the time, it's the time and fulfillment are indirectly, they're mutually exclusive or mutually exclusive.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The time has nothing to do with how you feel about the time.
No.
But too many people merge them together as if I've seen it happen in my own family where it's like, oh my God, this person is on borrowed time. And then all of a sudden it's urgent. We got to go see this person, talk to this person, be by their side. And it's like, well, wait a minute. What'd you do over the past 10 years, or name your time in the past, right?
That's right.
Why does it got to be urgent now? Because they're attaching meaning that the person is ill. And of course it's got to be urgent versus when they don't have that going on and you just show up and be a part of their life and love them for who they are.
I drank my water too fast. That's why I'm coughing over here. But
I thought there might've been something in the water.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, just because you're at your daughter's place doesn't mean you don't bring your bottle with you. Right?
Well, the thing is that people don't realize is that we forget that we all have something going on with us. We all have an expiration date, whether you eat healthy or not, whether you work out or not, whether you smoke or not, whether you drink or not. We all have expirations. We all have some dormant cancer in us. Yeah. Why all of a sudden that word has to make you move your ass and do something?
Exactly.
Like this was said to everybody last year. Shit, COVID just reminded you about death? Like what the fuck, people? Like, it's not how it goes.
So apparently the only wake up call is there, like 1918 with the the Spanish flu, and we went from 1918 to whenever that thing wrapped up, and then so now it's like newsflash. Now my health is important. I need to be aware of that.
It's like we're not getting political here, but I'm gonna get shit for this, but I'm gonna say it anyways. I don't care. It's like saying,
are you sure, Lynn? Are you sure you want to say it?
Yeah, I'm going to say it. It's like people at the DC are saying, don't these people know they're going to freaking die? I mean, maybe if we put COVID out there.
Well, whatever. I think that the only one word that comes to mind, which is what you said, is super official.
Move that ass. Don't miss this, Brian. Brian, where'd you go?
I'm here.
He said, don't choke, Lynn. I need you tomorrow. Move that ass.
Yeah, definitely don't choke. Yeah, we don't want any choking.
I can't believe Chokeman. Listen to me.
Chokeman. Hey, Chokeman. Charles Chokeman.
Yeah, Chokeman's trying to tell me to move my ass.
Hey, put that comment back up there. My camera was giving me 50. Do not choke, Lynn. I'll need you there tomorrow. Move that head. Oh man, Charles. I think we have a new. I think we have a new nickname for Charles called Chokeman.
Chokeman. Yeah, Charles Chokeman. You almost choked me by saying, Lynn, move that ass. Oh, we got class tonight. Don't forget that, you guys. Oh my gosh, it's just too funny. Wow. Well, I am so grateful for Ray and Theron and Scott and Sharon and Coachman and Dr. Zakia, all of you guys for showing up and for being here. And I think it looks like Brian's either praying to his paper. I should just take a picture of this. Watch, he's going to freeze. Brian is like frozen on me, frozen in time. Hey, everybody, he's frozen in time. Brian, wake up. The show's got 4 minutes. Hey, Brian. He froze. You have no class, but you'll see tonight. Okay, you guys, I don't know if Brian's going to be back beforehand, but so thankful for all you guys being here. And we appreciate you so much. I've got 4 minutes. What should I do? A little song and dance? I'm at my daughter's house. I guess Tuesdays and Thursdays, I'm over here watching my grandson. And so anyways, remember, have your own reasons and fulfillment to the best of your ability so that you have no regrets, because we have all lived with so many regrets in our life, and life is too short to have any more regrets moving forward. We should, I don't know, is anybody commenting here anymore? Oh, I think Brian's back. Yes, there he is. Oh, there's his green screen.
Yeah. My laptop
I took a picture of you praying to your paper.
My laptop had other ideas.
Oh wow. Well, welcome back. I was just telling them that have your reasons and don't have no regrets. And for we've had enough regrets in the past. Moving forward, we should fulfill whatever we want while we still can.
Absolutely. I mean, one of the things that whenever somebody says, that it's like, oh, someday I'll do that. Someday I'll take a great vacation, as if you work your whole life just to take one vacation. That may be true based on, I can definitely say that from, my parents were raised, and born in the 50s, my dad in 49 and my mom in the early 50s. And it's like, that was a mindset back then, right? You didn't go to college. You worked on the farm, and you're lucky to get a high school education. That was at least my reality. And, it's different for everybody, but it's like someday doesn't exist. And we can keep saying it over and over again, but it doesn't necessarily mean it changes. So Charles says, Coach Chuckman was some of my best. Oh, that's fantastic. My athletic career. Hold on a second. What did Charles say? My athletic career would have been better classified as don't choke. Oh my God, Charles, you're freaking.
Scott was still here. That is so cool.
Okay, so Scott said regret, shame, and guilt are the wall we build so we don't have to move forward and fulfill our best selves. 100. Yeah, absolutely. Right.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm just getting done with a master. Well, actually, I'm on week 9 of a 12-week mastermind, and one of the books that we're doubling down in is the Gifts of Imperfection by Brene Brown. And man, the type of work that she's done within shame and guilt and all of that, she's willing to go where most academics are not willing to go, right? Yeah. Professors and whatnot. So someday, don't live and die by the someday that once you your retirement age or whatever it might be for you, whatever that looks like, don't wait.
Scott
Don't wait. Yeah, it is a great book.
I'm going to get it. I don't have it, but you know what? I think I'm going to probably get it book on tape so that I can have it on my road. That'll be a book I get.
Highly recommend. I would highly recommend the print copy just because it is so in depth. Like,
is it? Yeah.
I mean, this is like a life book.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Now, granted, the way in which it was delivered to us was a book, right? Can you get the audio? But I mean, this is something that is like life skills. This
me. I love books.
This isn't something. I mean, this is for life. This isn't for just, hey, okay, I'm going to read this fiction book, right?
Yep. You know where I've gotten the best books, and one thing I do miss about Wisconsin is I'd go to the Goodwill and you'd find all those books there. It's like somebody buys them and just donates them there, and I love buying them. So you bet your ass I'll be going to Goodwill's over there while my car will be freaking 100 pounds more with books by the time I leave.
All the more reason why Lynn needs to get a tune-up on her car.
That's right. And I'll tell you what, I can't wait to go to Florida to go make out with that guy, Scott. Yeah, I can't wait.
You're gonna do a little lip lock? Is that what that's all about?
Yeah, for old time's sake.
Scott, are you up for that? I guess we're doing matchmaker all of a sudden.
Hey, this is real and raw. I'm going to tell it anywhere, so I'm going to tell it here, right? So no.
Well, we got Charles' alter identity, or his alternative identity, worked out. We learned about his years ago when Chokeman.
Yes, he's going to be on our show tomorrow.
And Lynn talks about a lip lock. So we got a lot of goodies for tomorrow's show with Charles.
Yeah. Whatchamacallit? No, I'm super excited. Scott said probably next month sometime Scott will come on Friday and be with us. So that'll be that. I'll probably be red as shit just having somebody from I was 12 years old on the show. This is like freaking crazy.
Well, it might get a little racy, so we might have to end it early.
Well, hey, it's past our time. It's a good time to leave now.
Scott, and just remember, Scott, like if we were going to go back to grade school, like she started it, where she said about the lip lock. So you can use that. She started it.
No, actually, it was a great time for both of us. He shared a locker with me. I'd hug and kiss him in the morning, and he went his way. I went my way, and that was it. It was great.
Okay.
So look, he's got a smile on there. So there you go.
Look at that. Well, what guy wouldn't want to have an emoji like that if a woman says, "Hey, I'm going to give you a lip lock"?
Okay, goodbye. Goodbye, everybody. It's time for me to leave.